Hello and welcome to the continuation of the finale. I already introduced it a little bit. So at this point, obviously the viewers know who our final two is, but the jurors do not. So, jury, who do we think is coming to join us as the final juror? The options obviously are Bria, Yoshi, and Nikita. Anybody can go.
I'm just going to say for the simple matter, I'm just going to say I feel like it's Yoshi. Nikita's been busting out some comp wins. I'm feeling maybe she pulled off another one tonight.
I think it's whoever loses part 3. Who knows? Bria could be a shocker, but I think it's whoever loses part 3.
I don't think it's
Someone vote out Bria. I'm voting
I don't think it's Bria at all.
No, I don't
I
either.
don't think
I
it's
think
Bria.
whoever wins is taking her to finals. So, what Tim said, whoever loses.
Okay, are we ready to find out who is our final juror?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the final juror, they will be joining any moment.
Oh my God, here we go.
Oh, we're gonna be all shook when it's Bria.
I'll fucking cry.
There we go.
This is where all the mango bitches are at.
Okay, if everybody can mute so that Yoshi can talk, please. Yoshi, can you please tell us what happened?
Okay, so basically, basically Nikita and Bria were close. Like we all knew that, but I felt like I could have possibly beat Nikita in competitions, which didn't work out. And ultimately, Nikita felt her best option to bring to beat was Nikita. So was Bria. I'm sorry, I'm still shook. So
Who are you taking? Who are you taking?
I was taking Nikita. I was gonna evict Bria.
Oh!
Oh my.
Oh my God!
For
So
real?
with that, we now need to, we have a couple people missing, obviously.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to send the invite to the final two. Hopefully they will pop right on. We'll get started. So how this will work,
Jimmy.
we will go right into jury questions. I will go from earliest jury all the way up to Yoshi.
Hi, you have to wait.
Everybody is allowed to ask one question. You can direct it at one of the final two or both, but you may only ask one question. They will have between 45 and 60 seconds to answer, and then we will go into our vote once everybody has asked their questions, and then we will reveal the votes, go through awards, all that stuff. So hopefully they will be joining. So yeah.
Me and Brie were so close to being evicted.
Yeah, man, yeah.
I'm
shocked.
Just so you guys are aware, the final score in the final HOH was 5-7.
Damn. How many were there? 7, right?
There were 8.
Oh, so Nikita only got one wrong. Shit.
It came down to it was 5-6, and they had opposite answers, so it would either be that they tied or Nikita won it. And so
Do you remember which one Nikita got wrong?
Nikita got.
She didn't get anyone wrong.
No, Nikita got exit.
We love that.
Wait, what was my alternate? Just so I know. I wanted to...
It'll be on the recording. I'm not gonna go.
Okay.
There
One level final two here.
Alrighty, who's ready for an evening of Nikita not getting muted? Hi. Oh God. Hi guys. Look at this. Sorry.
Wait for the real winner to come.
Are we supposed to
What
be
else is gonna
silent?
tell them hi? Hi, darling. How are you?
We're just
Congrats.
waiting for Bria now.
Yeah, are we in the jury house? We're like looking at a TV, like, hi.
Are we allowed to say? Okay. Oh, I will say the final HOH competition was very statements. For all of you that I got the questions right, thank you. And for
I
Grace,
heard you got mine wrong.
All right, I need everybody to mute for me, please.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we have everybody here, the jury and our final two. Congratulations to Nikita and Bria on making it this far. I did already tell the jury how the final head of household competition went. So how this will work is I am going to allow each of the final two to make their opening statement. Then we'll go to each juror for their question. They are each allowed to ask one question. It can be directed to both of you or just one of you. It is up to them. After that, we will do the voting and then the vote reveal. So, Nikita, as you won the final head of household, you can decide right now if you would like to do your opening statement first or if you would like to allow Bria to go first.
We'll go alphabetically.
Okay, so Bria, you may begin.
Okay, so coming into this game, I was a lone wolf. I didn't have nobody but Brian, and Brian started arguing with me and stuff like that. People in the game had like chats like the Galore chat or like just like 4-person alliances or people that they knew ahead of time that stayed with them through the whole game. My back was against the wall the whole entire game. I had 3 people who were after me, which was Chris, Jimmy, and Jonah, and managed to work around that. At the start, I was winning HOH competitions to make sure that I was here to stay and make sure that I was not going to get out early. When we got to the end, I started relying on my social game only because I felt like that I can manipulate people and turn people against each other to make sure that I make it to this part, which the reason why I'm here is because I was texting Nikita and I was texting Yoshi at the same time, and I managed to manipulate Nikita to bring me here even though I didn't have to win a comp to get here. I just think that I deserve the win because really I had to fight in this game so hard that no, I don't think anybody else in this game has fought harder than I have to be here, and I think that's deserving of a win.
Okay, thank you, Bria. Nikita, you may go.
Yes. For me, my game has been all about subverting expectations. You know, no one in their mind thought Nikita would be the person at the final 2. No one thought Nikita would be even able to make it past the pre-jury, especially after being nominated the first week. And no one thought Nikita would do a face reveal. But this entire game, I feel like I have been subverting expectations from the beginning. Socially, I feel like every single one of you knows who Nikita MJ is. I was a good friend to every person. I really did try to be. Physically, I have 5 comp wins, which ties for the most people in the entire game. And strategically, after the first week, no one ever voted to evict me. And on top of that, I am the only contestant this entire season where who I wanted to go for left. Every single person in this game is gone because of me. If you wanted to stay, you didn't go ask Bria, you didn't go ask Chris, you didn't go ask X, you asked me to save you. And I decided if that happened or not. And even more so than that, the reason why Bria is here is because apart from evicting Lauren, what did she do? I feel like the 3 things that make a winner are physical, strategic, and social. And if you say Nikita MJ did not at least try, honey, she did. And I feel I should be the winner because I would be a great representative of what went on this season. Do you mind if I take my shirt off? I feel like
I need you to wrap it up, Nikita.
Yeah, no problem. Socially, physically, strategically, I did that. And voting for anyone else just doesn't make sense with my fantasy. So vote for Nikita. Ding!
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, house guests, we now are going to go into our jury questions. Napolito, you were our first juror, so you get to ask your question first. I know that some of us might be a little worked up right now. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I'm shocked he did a face reveal, Nikita. You are so cute.
Oh my god, you're cute!
Hey, this is Nop's time. I need everybody to mute except for Nop, please.
Yeah, that I think that I don't need to ask a question like Nikita just answered it with that. But okay, well, what's up, you guys? Conspiring Bushes. I love both of y'all. Congratulations on Final 2. before I can make my question, I would like to give a little bit of my point of view on how I think both of y'all played. And then I would like to give you guys to give me a chance. No, I would like to give you guys a chance to answer a certain question I came up with. So, Bria, I think you were a slay thick queen since the beginning. I think you were really strong, but you were really strong, likable, and social. But in the end game, a lot of us did notice that you took a step back. And I don't know if your strong gameplay from the beginning and you being strategic and social in the end will pay off, or it will be overshadowed by the fact that you did take a step back in the end game when it was more necessary to plead to the jury why you deserve to win. As for Nikita, I think you were really social the early game, and you were liked by many people. And you went from almost being the first boot to making it to final two, which I have to give you credit for that. I think I will be kind of, I don't know, what I do forgive but don't forget is that moment when you unnecessarily lied to me and told me you were going to keep me safe moments before evicting me. And, I do feel bitter by that, but at the same time, I have to know where the limits are, and I do have to respect the game. And I think that you played a strong end game. You won competitions when it was necessary, and you had a really dynamic character because you changed a lot from the beginning all the way to the end. So, as I said, I think you guys had you had a base for a game, but as time went on, you changed a lot regarding physical and strategic gameplay. So I would having said that, I would like for you to answer to me what caused these major changes in your gameplay? Was it because you lost allies throughout the process, because you wanted to prove a statement to the jury, or you felt vulnerable at certain points throughout the game? That's my question.
All right, thank you. And first of all, anyone who hears knows that, well, that's not important. Hi. So first things first, saying that I would like to see us move forward is not saying I'm going to keep you. I didn't say I was going to keep you. And I know that's petty, but And what caused me to amp up my gameplay? I don't think I ever did amp it up. Production and anyone who knows Nikita and Jay from outside of the competition knows that even though I say I'm not a competitive person, I wanted to win more than every single person. I wanted to be the person in this position. Being nominated the first week, I think what people look at that as, it's oh, so this is the person that we can just write off. And I feel like it was in my advantage to be oh yeah, it's just me, Nikita. I leaned into that, but I didn't amp up anything, really. I would have sent anyone home to be here. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's just that when the numbers got smaller, that just became more apparent. I think I had the same energy throughout the entire competition, even if it only showed up as much more towards the end. But let it be known, I wanted to win. I still do.
Okay, thank you, Nikita.
Yeah.
Okay. Nop, did you have a question for Bria or no?
It's the same question because I think Bria also started strong, but took a step back. So I would like to know what was the cause of those major changes.
Okay, Bria.
Okay, so the cause of my changes were I thought that come pre-jury that I need to protect me and my partner, for one, and protect the only people that I was actually close to. When I got to jury, I thought that since I won some comps, I'll be seen as a target and stuff, and people were lying about me, so I thought that I needed to take a step back and lay low just for a little bit. What I did was I was independent the whole entire time while making all my decisions. I knew that when I take a step back, I'm going to have to rely on social, and I'm not going to have to win comps unless it's truly necessary and I did not get in anybody's head, which was not the case. So knowing that I had to be social and be with more people, I had to go to the right people to manipulate, which were Yoshi, Nikita. I knew for a fact that if I had Nikita, because Nikita was just going to do whatever really somebody told him to do. He was not going to do something for himself. So I knew that if I could get Nikita's head, maybe I can help my case and help Nikita get me to where he got me now. Any competition that I had, don't think that I just, completely laid low. Any competition I had, I could have completely won. As you saw, the competition I came in late on, I got all my questions correct. If there was more questions, I don't know, I would have had a chance to win. I think that me going low doesn't really make me a bad game player. More, I think it makes me a smart game player because I didn't really have to do a lot of work to really get here. I just had to be social and talk to people I need to talk to. Even the people that hated me, I need to talk to them to make sure that they was not going to put me up, which that didn't work out. But still, I managed to manipulate Yoshi to take me off the block so I wouldn't be the final nominee, so I wouldn't have to win another competition.
Okay, thank you, Bria. Okay, we are now.
Thank you. Thank you, Inspiring Bushes, and may the best one win.
Okay, we are now going to move on to Cam. So Cam, you may ask your question.
Hey, look, it's me. The first unanimous photo. I still hate myself. Okay, so my question's for both of you as well. Like, what was your biggest move, and why do you think it makes you deserve my vote? I know I'm basic as fuck, but whatever.
Do you want to go first, or should I go first, Miss Bree?
You can.
Okay. I believe that my biggest. I believe that my biggest move of the season was sending X home. I mean, the way that it shakes out is that so many people thought that I was an underling of Chris or an underling of Tim or an underling of whoever. But throughout this game, I feel like I've shown at each and every turn that whoever you think is masterminding my game, I've been able to eliminate. And when you can get somebody who has nominated you twice to believe that they have you so secure in their pocket that they don't need to put them up anymore, and they think they have a chance with you, I pulled the wool over the most threatening player's eye. And once X was gone, Jonah wanted Bree to go, Bree wanted Jonah to go, Yoshi wanted Jimmy to go, Jimmy wanted Yoshi to go, Grace and Tim saw themselves out. No one at any point of this competition ever really wanted me to go. And the big part of that is because I was able to get X, and I suppose among others, eliminated. And I feel like that paved the way for me to be the shining star that I am.
Okay, thank you, Nikita. Bria, your turn.
My biggest move, I think, was getting out Jonah, and only because Jonah was targeting me basically from the start. Even when we were partners, he was targeting me. And I think that it was very powerful for me to be able to make sure that I got in Nikita's head for Nikita not to use the veto so that I would have the power to evict Jonah, because me and Jonah made a deal and I was not going to stay true to the deal because he did not stay true to anything and he was targeting me. I thought that it was best that if I got in Nikita's head and make sure that I square everything out with Nikita, that Jonah will be able to go home under my word, nobody else's but mine. I think my biggest move was getting out Jonah because I feel like if he was here, he would have to win.
Okay. Thank you. We are now going to move on to Chris.
All righty. Before I ask my question, I just wanted to wish you congratulations to both of you. I know it's a hard thing to do, getting to final two in a game like this. So congrats to the both of y'all. And y'all are people of color. Like, that's frowned upon in reality. So, like, I'm so proud of y'all. Anyways, Nikita, I don't have a question for you. I just want to wish you congratulations again. You are wonderful, and I'm just happy that you made it farther than me. Bria, I do have a question for you, and I think you probably expected a question something like this that was happening tonight. Obviously, on your HOH reign, you made it apparent that you wanted Lauren gone. I'm okay with that. Obviously, the game it's been in the past, but the thing that I'm not okay with is that when other people were added to the jury, and I got more of like I want to say like more of an insight on why Lauren was evicted, and there were like a lot of false things being spread about her, and then these people told me that you were the one that started those false things about Lauren. And from someone who plays the game, like we all played this game, but from someone who plays this game and wanted pretty much everyone to not tell lies and everyone to why did you think it was okay to start lies about Lauren when you yourself pretty much said that I don't appreciate liars, I don't tolerate liars, I just I want the truth, I don't like fakeness. So I just need a little bit more insight and what your reasoning was.
Okay, I am very happy that you asked this question. So it all started when me, Yoshi, and X were in a chat together. X brought up the fact that you, Lauren, Cam, and Brian were all in the 4. He brought that up to me and Yoshi's attention. I don't know if Yoshi knew already, but basically to my attention. And when he brought that up, I knew that it was going to have to be broken which way or whatever, because I knew you guys are a strong together. I did not make up any lies about Lauren, because when X was basically trying to get me to nominate you and Yoshi, he was also trying to tell me stuff about Lauren, which kind of driven me to Lauren, but I never told anybody any lies about Lauren. I told Lauren that I heard stuff about her because what people like X were telling me about her, it was making me more to get her out. I never once told anybody that, oh, Lauren did this, Lauren did that. No, I told people the reason why I got Lauren out, and that was because I was hearing stuff about her coming for me, just like I heard stuff about you. That's the reason why I was going after that, which the questions about Lauren are not you, but if someone's get asked about you, I'll let you know about that too. But yes, I never made any lies about Lauren. So whoever told you that, which I have a pretty good idea who told you that, was lying to you, because I did not make any stuff like that. They did. So.
Okay.
All right. So a clarification. Congrats again, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Our next question will come from X.
Well, hello, Final 2. I am the one eyebrow sensation. No, I'm playing. Congrats to both of you. I'm not bitter about anything in this game. I wasn't exactly the most honest person, so I'm not going to fault either.
He got muted. I don't know how. If somebody else muted him, that's not okay. But X, you're still muted and you're off cam. I don't know if it might have been a glitch or something. But...
God, is this what it feels
Sorry,
like?
someone called me. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I came into this not open-minded, but after hearing last round's question, I'm pretty open-minded now. Nikita, I don't have a question. I'm just gonna make a statement. Your biggest move taking me out, that wasn't your move. That was the smartest move. If anyone had kept, other than the people that I had the most trust in, which was Bree and Yoshi, if anyone else had kept me, it would have just been a dumb move. I don't think that was a big move. So I would recommend for future questions to talk about other things, because it would have been a dumb move for your game. Bree,
I was the swing vote.
I don't remember a lot of the things that happened in this game. I do remember that I brought the 4 up to you, but I never mentioned anything bad about Lauren to you. I did want Chris gone. I kept pushing for Chris. Chris knew I pushed for him after me and him made a deal. Maybe I'm just forgetting, but I don't believe I made any rumors about Lauren because I didn't need to. I will make one question, actually. Nikita, what was your actual biggest move that you needed to make that was your move, not anyone else's move, that wasn't just an obvious move? What was a move that you made in this game that was actually beneficial to you, that you may have put some actual effort into other than just being a third vote in? Because I need something from you, because we didn't get nothing from you till Final 6 on. So I need something. So please step it up and please take this serious.
Fine, serious. I do think that being completely unnominated and having no one coming after, well, not unnominated, but having no one come after me and have 0 eviction votes after the first week is very big. But that's not my biggest move. My biggest move, if voting for you is such a horrible thing to do, I would say my biggest move would be evicting Grace over Yoshi. The thing was that even though Grace and I are very close in this competition, should Yoshi have gone home over Grace, Grace had a final 3 alliance. She had a final 2 with me, and her and Jonah knew each other outside of the game. Who was going to go after Grace? And I feel like going to the diary room, that was one of the parts of the season where I was like, Nikita, listen, you have a choice in front of you where you can be in the passenger seat or where you can go to the front. And I feel like voting to evict Grace, especially on top of a double, was the catalyst to me being here. Who knows what would have happened if it went the other way around, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you, Nikita. Bria, I was your ally for most of this game. I don't think I have to ask you anything, but again, congrats, girl, on making the finals. Transgender in final 2, I have hella respect for that. Congrats again to both of you. I now know who I'm gonna vote, and I'm not gonna go call my sister. So see ya. Wish y'all luck.
Okay, thank you, X. Okay, next is Tim.
All right. I'm going to have a few statements and I'll ask my question. Nikita, during the jury roundtable, one of your biggest failings in this game is your incredible fakeness distributed throughout this game. For example, in your goodbye message, you're like, oh, Tim, I really wanted to save you, but I had a final 2 with Grace. And then an hour later, you evicted Grace. And then I hear that you're evicting me when I wouldn't have used my power, but then you told me you were saving me. Just a lot of fakeness coming from you, which I don't think, besides X, a lot of people showed. You're probably second in the amount of fakeness. So that would be my question is, why would you distribute, why do you have so much fakeness in this game? Why did you think it was necessary?
I think that saying that I was the fakest person in the game is probably correct. I think that my strategy and my way of doing things is to be the good old best friend next to everyone. And sure, maybe everyone may have been more real than I was, but everybody's not here. You know what I mean? And I feel like in terms of the eviction, if you had not used the power, would I have voted to evict you? No. But like I said in the last answer, when it came to Grace, I did have a final 2 with her. But it was me sitting there being the last person to vote, knowing I have a decision. Do I keep going the way that I'm going, or do I do something that can push me more to the front of the crowd? When I evicted you, I was sure about what I was doing for Grace, but at the same time, it was top 6, and that's phase 3 of the contest. Anyone can go if you're not careful. And I was not just going to sit by and not make it because I wanted to be nice. You know what I mean? And in regards to how fake I was, everything that I said about opinion, I tried to be super real on. But when it's game, it's game. And that's the 2 cents on that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we need to get to quickly because Grace needs to go.
Okay. All right. Mine is, for Bria, is just, what do you think my biggest mistake in this game was?
Your biggest mistake? What I think your biggest mistake was trusting Nikita. I think another thing that is similar to that is when you go to people and tell them you're not voting me, right? Don't you vote me? Don't do it. Being a little demanding with stuff. I thought that was I don't know. I just thought that maybe sometimes you didn't trust people, that you had to keep texting them over and over and over, demanding and seeing where their head's at because you didn't trust them enough to keep you safe. I thought that maybe those 2 were your biggest mistakes, and arguing with the wrong people was your biggest mistake too.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to let Grace go, please.
Okay, I only Bria, I don't have anything for you. I think you played a very fantastic game. So congratulations on getting here. Girl power, yes. And but Nikita, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
So pretty much I'm listening to you for goodbye because I wasn't going to target Yoshi and Jonah. A different story. Speak
Okay.
to what I heard in your responses to your questions, and that kind of goes with what we were talking about at the round tables. That your decisions were kind of irrational in this game, and you flipped flops. So my question is, how do you think the flip flop and the constant changing of and you also had apparently several final two deals with people. How do you think that's going to benefit your jury management to make all these promises and break them and evict them later like you did?
Well, I will say my only final two agreement was with you and was with Bree. Apart from that, I did not sit down and tell anyone, I'm taking you to finals. Maybe someone came up to me and said, I want to take you to finals. And I said, that would be a cool concept. But the only final twos that I felt I needed to honor were with you and with Bria. And in terms of your question of how do I feel that being a flip-flopper would benefit me at the end, I relate it to the game of chicken. You know, a lot of people in this game were very fiery and very messy. There's a lot of opinionated people here. And I feel like when the car is crashing, you can only stay on the ride for so long until you get killed. You know what I mean? So many people in this competition were targeted based on relationships they had with past evicted house guests. Chris was targeted because of his relationship with Lauren. Nopalito was targeted because of his relationship with X, you know? Tim and I, we had our own debacle of whether we're truly the final two or not. And I feel like the jumping from one person to another strategy should be honored because I don't believe everyone in this game could have done that. I feel like there are people in this game where if they try to say, I'm totally not with person X, Y, and Z, they wouldn't be believed. But I was in a position where when I said it was believed for the most part. And it's not easy. And I do think I am the person who did that the best in this game. So I feel like even though it may not have been the most trustworthy, was it a surefire strategy? I like to think so.
Okay, thank you, Nick.
All right,
Thank you, Grace.
All right, you guys, may the best person win. I'll see y'all later.
Okay, next we will go to Jimmy. You're on mute. There you go.
Hey, guys. All right, so this has gotten a lot harder than it started out. I want to ask for Nikita to start with. So I feel like with Bria, she really did it all. She started out strong. She then became a target. She had to evade a target. She had to change people's minds. She went up on the block. She got herself off. I really felt like she really covered a wide swath of this game. Your game, to me, looked like you just kind of, I mean, how much of your game was you reacting to what was happening and how much of it was something that you planned and it actually came true? How much of this game did you experience? Because it looked like your biggest thing is that you just weren't targeted, and that's pretty cool. But what else did you do?
I actually think that in many ways, the same could be said about Bria and our journeys being similar. In terms of the competitions, I won more comps than she did. I have less votes to evict than she did. And on top of that, I am, again, the only person to vote to evict in the majority every single week. Being nominated the first week was a really big deal for me. Like, I think I'm a star. And to not be a star at the beginning was rough. And while I can say, even though I didn't quite win things at the beginning, so I wasn't able to influence who was nominated as much, as soon as those final nominees were decided, the decision was mine. I was the vote to flip against Ginny, to send her home against Brian, because I thought Ginny would be closer to X, and I thought that wouldn't be okay with me. with Lauren, again, I was the vote who was able to flip the votes from it going to a tie, therefore sending her home. And so Chris could see me as the best friend. And for Brian kind of sunk his own ship, girl. I mean, the 10 alliances before the eviction, that was his own fault, so I'm not gonna. With Nopalito, I was the vote that pushed it into being a tie so that Chris could evict Nopalito over Grace, keeping my partner in the game. For Camp, Cam sent his health home, kind of, sort of, yeah. And then, who went home after Cam? Oh yeah, Chris. Even though I was kind of strong-armed into voting for Chris, I do feel like, even though I put Tim's name out there, I was part of the discussion so that I could send Chris home, which is, even though Tim says he thinks I would have evicted him, there's a reason he didn't void my vote over Grace. And that's because I was able to get what I wanted. And then with X, again, I was the swing vote. And I mean, yeah, maybe not my initial move, but I was planning for weeks to take that heifer out, okay? And then with Tim, of course, it was a unanimous vote. What can you do? And then with Grace, I was the swing vote again to take her out. And then with you, I mean, lip sync rules, I was in the bottom two with you, ding! And then with, and with the Jonah thing, it was obvious as pudding in the pie that Bree was gonna vote out Jimmy. So her voting, Jonah. So her voting for Jonah is not, I was manipulating to make sure you did it. Girl, we knew you were evicting Jonah, period. And that's what I wanted. Because Yoshi was I believe that Yoshi was going to be easier to sway over in a competition sense than Jonah. And then, of course, I voted to evict Yoshi just now. Just because I didn't win the competitions at the beginning, I was not carried. I was not sitting by. And even though I didn't win the most HOHs, when it came to the votes, I was the one deciding. So I resent that comment. I was not carried. So one more comment. Yeah, you got it.
Nikita, we're done. Thank you. Okay.
I know.
Amy, did you have anything for Bria?
Yes. Yeah. All right. I mean, like I said earlier, I feel like you really played a wide range in this game, but the one thing you didn't do was to go without being targeted. I'd like for you to talk about, was that a pretty strong thing for Nikita, and why weren't you able to pull that off?
Okay, so obviously, yeah, I know I was not able to go like without being targeted, but that's because, usually anybody who wins HOH, more than likely, especially at the beginning, more than likely people are going to see that over somebody who didn't win something at the beginning. The reason why that I was targeted so much is, one, because of people lying on me to get me out. Two, was because when I went HOH, people saw me as a threat. And whereas Jonas saw me as a threat towards the end. Also, I feel like people thought that I was with certain people that I was not actually with. So that also played a role into it. But the main thing I feel like that I got targeted for is because I didn't go around and be fake to most people and try to talk to them and be their best friend and this and that, when I knew that if they're targeting me, I was not going to try to talk to them and be their best friend and try to be their alliance member and then, try to get in their good graces so they wouldn't target me. I feel like that was a downfall, but I also feel like that's something, a big reason why I was not targeted. The only person that I really went to that asked if they was not going to be putting me up was Jonah, which I knew that it was not going to work. I just wanted to talk to him. And also, I want to speak on the Tim thing. Nikita did not persuade Tim. I remember I went on call with Tim and told him the people who he should take the votes from, because he was originally going to take the vote away from Nikita, and I said, don't do that. So.
Even so, then I convinced you. Next question.
Nikita, this is Bria's time.
Yeah.
With that, thank you, Jimmy. Jonah, it is your turn.
Alrighty, guys. So, congrats to both of you. You guys both played really good games. My first question is going to be directed towards Nikita. Nikita, we kind of aligned this game, but towards the end, we kind of split apart. When it was the final final four veto, you said that you'd use the veto on me, and clearly you did not, and I was sent home. So why should I award you lying to me? Why should I vote you who lied to me?
Because you lied to me when you said that I wouldn't be nominated.
What was that? Sorry?
Because you lied to me when I said you wouldn't be when you said I wouldn't be nominated. And be real with yourself. If it did come down to a 1v1 tie against me and Yoshi, you saying that you were going to keep me safe no matter what, would you have? I gave you the same energy I feel like I got. And I feel throughout the game, you're not a big talker, but when the little you do talk is untrustworthy, I can fix my own percentage. I think you are a pretty big competitor. And of course, if you won the veto and you were probably going to take Yoshi, then I would like to continue the illusion of just being a helpless little doll so that I could use that to turn you two against each other. However, in the grand scheme of things, it was best for my game for you to go home. And it was tit for tat, 1 for 1. Actually, 1 for 2. But, that's that. Thank you.
All right, that's not really a way to sway a vote. So my next question is going to go to Bria. Bria, I think you played an absolutely amazing game. You did what I couldn't do. I couldn't take you out. You took me out in one shot, and that was it. I do have a question, though. Should you have won the final HOH, who would you take in the final 2 and why?
The person I would have taken the final 2 would have been Yoshi, because me and Yoshi had a deal at the very start of the game. And Yoshi was basically my ride or die throughout the game, especially since the alliance that we were in kept getting each other thrown out there and getting each other targeted. So me and Yoshi were the only 2 people who was not getting that alliance targeted. So we just made a whole pact from the start, and we made it to the end, and I knew that he was going to take me, and I was going to take him 100%. I would not have taken Nikita.
Gotcha. Good answer. All right, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Jonah. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Yoshi, you may ask for a question.
You guys finally got me. Okay, my first question is to Nikita. I wrote it down. Okay, so you said you were the swing vote for the X vote, which, okay, cool, but a lot of people could have been a swing vote if they just changed their votes. Besides getting keys for safety, sitting next to big targets, taking ownership of being fake, and being a flip-flopper and not winning until final 6, what strategically and socially and physically have you done before the final 6?
Strategically, I voted every single person out, something that no one else in the competition has been able to do. And of course, yes, with each vote, the swing vote could have gone to someone else, but I do feel like it requires some sort of skill to know that you are going to be the one who decides. And of course, yes, it's risky to go with that, but I was right every time. Physically, even though I didn't necessarily win all throughout the contest, I do have 5 wins. I tie for the most out of this entire cast. So even though I didn't win the competitions at the beginning, I turned it out at the end when I knew that everyone else was conspiring against me and wanted me to be the one to go. I was able to protect myself. And socially, apart from everyone knowing my name was Nikita Njai, I do think that going from being nominated the first week to go continuously throughout the competition with 0 votes at all against you, there were multiple opportunities to go after me. And there were moments in this competition where I was vulnerable. And there were people that if I was against, I would have been in serious danger. But that didn't happen. Why did it not happen? I believe it's because I was able to portray myself as someone who was not the biggest pickings of the week, and continuously, week by week, I feel like I got better with time. And so I do feel like I wasn't just given a key or sat down next to a bigger target. I worked very hard and I got what I wanted, So I think I put in good enough work to be here. Thank you. Oh,
thank you,
Okay. Okay, and for Bria, in the beginning of your statement, when you started off with Napolito's question. You have done a lot and you have fought throughout the game and you have struggled. You have said that, but you kind of contradict yourself when you're answering Napolito's question. And you said you didn't have to do a lot in this game. So if you didn't have to do a lot in this game, why do you deserve it more than Nikita?
What I meant was I didn't have to do a lot towards the ending part because I relied on my social game. But the reason why I think I deserve it more than Nikita is because Nikita was added to alliances. Obviously, Nikita was seen as like somebody who was weak that people could just use as another vote. Really, Nikita was used as a number. People do not come to me to try to ask me to be their number, which I feel like speaks volume because I didn't have to be fake to people. I didn't have to go around and talk to every single person in the house to just like make it here. I was not added to a bunch of alliances Nikita was added to. Nikita was in a galore chat that had like, I think like 5 people at the start of the game. I didn't have 5 people at the start of the game. I didn't have everything that Nikita had. I had to work my ass off to get here. I had to win comps was needed. I had to be social to people that I knew would keep me if I kept like, you know, trying to egg them on. I knew that with Nikita in the game still and with Nikita being fake to everybody, I knew that I can probably get Nikita to sway towards me when it was needed. When I wanted Jonah to go home the very first time. Oh, sorry. Okay, when I wanted Jonah to go home the very first time, the reason why he did not go home is really because, yeah, he won HOH, but if there was a case that somebody else won HOH, he was not going to go home only because he was talking to Nikita. I thought that if I got to Nikita and made sure that Nikita would get on my side, I knew that I would be able to make it here where I am now. I just thought that I had to work my ass off. Nikita did not really have to work off because Nikita was a sway vote. Nikita was a number. I was never a number for somebody. I stuck to people who I stuck with, and I didn't talk to other people, and that's just, I think that speaks more than just going around and being fake to everybody, actually having to work to get to a spot that you're at now.
Okay, so. Thank you, Bria.
Okay. Thank you, Mango Bitches.
Okay. With that, we are done with the jury questioning portion. I am going to give each of the final 2 their closing statement. Bria, since Nikita got to choose whether to go first or second last time, I will allow you to choose whether to go first or second this time.
Nikita.
Okay, so Nikita, you may go.
Thank you. Now, I've polled the audience, and perhaps my gameplay did look a little lopsided. Perhaps it did look a little easier. And perhaps I didn't have a strong beginning game as I did towards the end. However, as much about the actual paper stats, which I'm still better than her on, by the way, but it's about the journey. The galore thing that was mentioned pretty much got cracked day 1. Apart from Julian, who was the head of it going home, I had to hit the ground running. And I only got 1 week to do it. I got 1 week of immunity to do so. I feel that maybe, is being fake a healthy thing? Probably not. But I played this game the best way that I did how. My goal from the beginning was self-preservation. And yeah, maybe I didn't have to work as hard. That doesn't mean that I didn't do it. I worked so much through this game, and I feel like I made it look like it was easy. You know what I mean? Like I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I gathered up the resume to bring here to show you that, hey, you counted out the wrong person. Because again, who thought I would be here? No one else except me. So I feel that I should win this season because let the person with the most comp wins do it. Let the person who made the most cutthroat decisions do it. Let the person who tried their hardest to talk with everyone and not get nominated week after week do it. And let the person win who had a rough start, but found their way towards the end. And I feel like I accomplished all of those things. And if I win, it'll be a Natalie Nadia first boot and the other partner goes to win. And we keep the crown in Canada. So I think those are all very positive points. And no matter what, cereal party at my place afterwards, as long as you bring your own.
Thank you, Nikita. Okay, Bria, you may go.
Okay, although I did not, win competitions in the end, I still use my social game to outsmart most people in the end. Although I did not be used as a pawn and used as just another vote, I did manage to be saved off the block so I can even be a vote. I did not see myself being in a final, and I don't think really anybody did after seeing not one, not two, but 3 people who were constantly after me the whole season. I don't think that me being here was a downfall to anything. I think that me being here was something that shows that in a male-dominated game, people can still manage to get here without having to be a final to everybody, without having to be an alliance for everybody, without having to be a pawn for everybody. I think that it shows that when Nikita said that me and her gameplay was the same thing, it's really not, because I didn't have all the alliances that somebody had. I did not have everything. I was not given everything. I was not really even given a shot with some people. Some people just automatically counted me out and wanted to target me. And I think that I worked my ass to be here, and I think that some people didn't really work their ass off to be here. I feel like some people are taking credit for some stuff that they didn't really do. But yeah, all I have to say is if I win, thank you. And if I don't, thank you for at least giving me a chance and hearing me out. I think that this is a very good game, and hopefully we have not our first Canada winner, because we have too many of those already. Hopefully we have our first 1984 female winner.
Okay. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Bria. Congratulations on making the final 2. You have done all you can at this point, and now it comes to the jury. So, jurors, when I call your name, you will have to give one brief statement, and then please cast your vote in your confessional chat. Please do not reveal who you are voting for. From this point forward, I do need the final 2 to stay on mute, please. And if you are not the juror that is casting your vote, I also need you to stay on mute, please. Napolito, you are first. I believe he wants me to read his statement for him, can you do it?
I will do it.
Okay, do it.
Okay, now I can talk. Okay, you guys, congratulations once again on Final 2. I think based on your answers, you have no regrets of the moves you did. However, I do respect the decisions you made, the answers for the jury questioning, but as well, I hope you can respect my decision as a juror, because I also have no regrets of casting this vote. Best of luck to the both of you. Los quiero, los amo a los dos, and may the best conspiring Bush win. Adios.
Thank you. Okay.
Michael,
what?
Can you please say my speech?
No. Cam, you are next, so you may give your statement and please cast your vote.
Okay, what's up? It's your boy. Okay, so coming into this, I thought I knew immediately how I was going to vote, but with the questions, I kept on going back and forth because you both did amazing in your question segments. And I'm just going to vote who I think played the absolute best game both ways, like all the ways, socially, physically, mentally, all those. And I want to bring up one more thing. I did not take myself out. I did go. Okay, that's all. Peace.
Okay, next is Chris.
I'm voting for a conspiring bitch to win. Parvati wins season 40 of Survivor. Love you both. Good luck.
Thank you. Next is X. I don't know if he's able to talk or not. There we go. Okay. You're on mute, bud.
For the first time this season, I'm gonna do everyone a favor and shut the fuck up. Congrats to both of you.
Thank you. 1 second. Next is Kim.
This is one of the greatest juror members in the history of Big Brother said, "When you stab me in the back, when you stab me in the front." I'm just kidding. Both you played a great game. Whoever wins truly deserves it, and I'm just gonna vote for whoever can play the best game. Good luck to you both.
Thank you. Next is Grace, who is not here, but I do have her vote. So next is Jimmy.
Oh my God, you both did such a great job tonight. I wish I could vote for you both, but I can't, so I just have to make a decision. One last mistake for the season. Yes.
Okay, next is Jonah.
I'm going to vote for the person who has all the elements of Big Brother: social, strategic, and physical, and for me, most importantly, jury management, and not who lies the best.
Thank you. Oh, somebody's loud. 1 second. Napolito, you're loud, buddy. Okay, and last but certainly not least, Yoshi.
Congratulations to the both of you once again. I'm voting for the baddest bitch of them all, and that is it. Good luck.
Okay, just 1 moment. Let me finish tallying the votes up.
Good luck, Nikita.
You know what, girl? Good luck to you. Good luck. Oh, God.
Give me just a second. I still need Yoshi's vote, and then tally them up, and then we will reveal the winner. Okay.
God. Oh my God. Although no matter what, we're matching. We're gonna go racing at the race car after this with our $10,000.
Yes.
Okay, house guests, I have the votes. This has been a great season, ups and downs, but I love this season. It was so much fun. Either way, great winner. Final 3 would have been a great winner. Anybody would have been a great winner this season, honestly. So with that, I have the votes. There are 9 votes. You need 5 votes to win. Napolito voted for Bria to win. 1 vote for Bria. Cam has voted for Bria. Chris has voted for Nikita. That's 1 vote Nikita, 2 votes for Bria. X has voted for Bria. That is 3 votes Bria, 1 vote Nikita. Tim has voted for Bria. That is 4 votes Bria, 1 vote Nikita. Takes 5 votes to win. Grace has voted for. Congratulations, Bria. You have won 1984. For the record, Jimmy also voted for Bria. Jonah voted for Bria. And Yoshi voted for Bria.
Me and Chris being the one person.
The right person won.
You won 8-1.
That's the second 8-1 I've
also
witnessed
played
today.
an amazing game.
I
I
love
think
you
that
both.
both of you played a great game. This was a great game. So congratulations to you, Bria. So at this time, I am going to stop the recording. I'm going to then send the link to the 4 pre-jurors, Jamie not included, obviously. And I will see if any of them hop on. If not, then we'll just keep going and we will do our awards. So good luck to everybody with that.